Boys, how are we doing? You are indeed first, Wild. Hello. Oh boy. This is not gonna be, this will be interesting. This will be interesting. Boys, today we're gonna be talking about something, that kinda irks me a little bit. A little bit. Less than it did last night when I, watched it live. But, it's fine. It's fine. Slept on it. Doesn't, thought about it. And, talk about it for, I don't know, an hour or so. Wasn't planning on streaming today till this happened. So, it's fine. Let me go ahead and get everything loaded up here. Or make sure it's loaded up, I should say. Should already be loaded up. Should be pulled up on here. Yep. Alright, yeah, we're good to go. Alright. Cool. I'll switch over to full screen for a minute. Hello, boys. How we doing? How we doing, boys? I'm not even gonna, beat around the bush here. This is gonna be slightly more serious than normal. Why is my fucking head so fucking fat, bro? No, more than normal. Hold on. The man, the myth, the legend. Yeah. That off. No. This may upset some people, but I wanted to clear the air a little bit on this. It was late at night, so I'm not gonna take this that seriously. But there was a stream last night. You have way too zoomed in. That's why I do, because I had it zoomed in for the Pokemon filters, but I haven't even streamed Pokemon in a week. I'll fix it after this stream. I'll fix it. Let me go ahead and... Okay, yeah, it's set up. So there was a stream last night by a good friend, I would say. At about, I don't know, I clicked on it about 5:30 a.m. because I was awake because my sleep schedule's fucked. And I just wanted to talk about some stuff that was said. If you were there, you already know what I'm now talking about. I'm not gonna take it that seriously because, like I said, it was really late. I'm sure it sounded like when you're tired, it's a lot harder to sort of control how you word things and word things correctly. So I'm sure it will come off worse than it actually was meant. So I'm not going to take it that seriously, like in that form. But if you were there, you know what it is. This stream, starting around here, I already have it on the timestamp I want to talk about. We'll skim through it. I'll probably pause at some points, like the Minecraft live thing. Yeah, we're talking about what you think I'm talking about. Yeah. I was watching. I heard everything. That's why the random tweet saying Joe's going live at like 6:30 a.m. happened. I'm not upset. I was upset last night hearing it live instead of hearing it in a private call, issues that they had. I will get to him. We'll just start. We'll turn off the lo-fi since I'm watching something. Turn that off. It is what it is. We'll go ahead and get started here. A lot of it's fine. A lot of it I just want to talk about and I'm not mad about. There's just a few things. So we'll get started here. Actually, make sure. Flower streams are usually a little quiet, so I'll turn up the output capture. That should be good.
For Monday. I am also so excited for Monday. It's gonna be good. I am incredibly nervous for it because I've never had such a big role on the server.
Give me the IP.
That's fair.
It's not my server.
Give me the IP.
Just say things that we think would improve the server. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not upset about that. I'm a little upset with all the things Flower has like issues with when they've never talked to me about it. But I'll get to that. I'll get to that more.
I cannot.
It will be funny.
Do you, if you want to get on the server, I could suggest you if you want.
I mean, if you want it, sure.
I'm gonna be real. That Rice too, because he was a bit out of line. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Whoever this Rice guy is, there's not a high chance he gets on the server. I'm not looking for clout streamers, and I know he has 1K, and he says it later that I wouldn't deny a 1K streamer. Well, guess what? You're denied. Bye.
Okay. Okay. It would be.
You're not actually denied, but I'm gonna be honest. You're gonna have a harder time getting in strictly because from this stream, it's a bit early to judge. I was actually entertained by one of his streams. I checked him out afterwards. I'm gonna be real. If you act like a dick, I'm gonna assume you're a dick until proven otherwise. That's all I'll say on that.
Good change. Not to call anyone out specifically, but a bunch of people, not a bunch, a few people that have been added to the server are not the greatest to be in the server.
That's what I was waiting on. So, if you have an issue with somebody on the server, I know Flower just went live conveniently at the same time I did. That wasn't planned whatsoever. I was going to go live at 7. I just wanted to go live because I was sitting here ready to do it anyway. So I went live at 6:30. If you have issues with somebody on the server, tell me. Don't just talk about it on a stream at 5 a.m. assuming I'm not watching. Tell me if you have an issue, and I'll help resolve it. Don't just sit there and not tell me, because then nothing will get done. But whatever.
What do you mean?
I just mean they're not the most mature for the kind of server that it is, you know?
How old are they?
Don't know. They're supposed to not.
The youngest person on the server is 15, which is the minimum to get on the server. Now, the most recent member, I believe, is 15. They may be 14. I'll be honest, but they're an actual streamer, and they were like, I've watched through like 5 of their streams before I got them on. Not the most recent one. The one before that, I don't know ages. The most recent one is Dusky. They just joined. What was it, last night? Yeah, last night. They are in the 15 or younger category of the SMP application. However, if you're mature on your stream, which I watched both of their streams they had up, they were mature. They were doing their thing. They're on a different lore SMP as well. They gave me no reason to think otherwise that they wouldn't fit on the server. So I said, sure. I'll give you a shot. If things work out, they work out. If not, not. You know, it is what it is. The only other person that's like 15, Lewis, who's fucking, I could remove from the server and no one would notice because he doesn't get on anymore. And Fix My Face is 15, I believe. I might be wrong on that. He's 15 or he's in that ballpark. Most of the Olympus guys are in the 15 to 17 range. So they only have very few select people on that server because he's from Olympus. He runs Olympus that are any younger than that, like pushing like 14. I think there's 113 on that server, but they're not on the JO3 SMP. 15's the minimum, which I may have to change up the application so it fits that better, admittedly, because there's the 18 plus, 17 or 16, I think, or maybe it's 17 then 16, then 15 or younger. I'll probably swap it to where it's 14 or younger, and 15 is a separate category. Maybe the 15 to 17 range I'll combine into one, because that's the minimum to get on the JO3 SMP. Because I think 15 is just old enough to where you're mature enough to not pull a Nushin, usually. So.
You wild. they're like I don't know. I don't think they're any older than 14.
No.
That's why I have an age limit on my server.
We have an age limit. Yeah. It's just they don't check enough. You know?
I literally check every way I can. I guess I could just straight up ask them, yeah, are you lying to me about your age? That's the best. That's the only other thing I can do. I'm not gonna ID somebody. I was Fun fact: the server I'll talk about it later. The server I joined, tried to ID verify people. I was like, motherfucker, no, you ain't seeing my ID.
No.
God, then you have a bad server owner.
I might be watching.
What's that supposed to mean? If I wasn't watching, what's that supposed to mean? That's what I joined in on, by the way. Around here, it's what I joined into the stream for. So that was a fun little. Oh, they're talking about me. Got it. Cool. Yeah.
Oh, you're already over there. Here, I'll go run over. Just like go to
Sick.
the house. Go to the community house.
Yes, Smokey
I
showed
don't-
me
I don't-
this the other day when I was on.
I don't think you've seen my house before.
I don't know. Where are you?
I'm
Alright,
sorry, okay,
We
cool.
can go a little bit.
A lot of.
We can do that. Let's go.
You can
the next
sleep.
thing.
You don't have to stay when needed. Uh-oh.
It really only there's really only things I want to respond to whenever you two go back and forth while talking in chat and Flower, and I have no issues with that, obviously, either for anyone else watching. This is mostly in good fun. There are a few things I just want to talk about, particularly from Flower and Rice at PC.
Oh, that was a
Most-
creeper.
Pretty much all of it. Particularly.
I wouldn't say
Right.
Joe is bad. He gets things done when needed, but I agree the sign up for the server should have an age limit. Thing.
Does.
Here,
100%
here's a
agree.
present, ready? Here's a
Yes,
present.
okay. I'm scared.
250.
Yo! What? I'm
Hurry-
rich
hurry up.
now.
Whoa.
So much stuff. Look at my valuables chest.
Oh my gosh, wow. You're
I've
like,
had like 8 sets of diamond armor already, and I just lose
I don't
them
even
all.
know who you were specifically talking about either. Well, about like who's on the server that I don't think should be. Tons of them, honestly. There's a lot that I don't think should be on the.
Here's the thing. If you think somebody shouldn't be on the server, maybe instead of keeping it to yourself or talking about it on a stream with somebody who's not even on the server, you go to JO3, you say, hey JO3, I don't think this person should be on the server for these reasons. And then we can talk it out. I don't know why Flower never comes to me to talk about things. I'm open to talking. I won't always get to respond right away. That's true. Either I'm in the middle of something or I'm not at my PC, so chances are I won't look at Discord. I mean, I have the mobile Discord app, but I barely look at it. If I'm in bed and hear my phone go off before I'm, passing out 2 hours later, then I'll look at it. But, like, otherwise, I might not get to it right away, but I'm always open to chatting. If you have an issue with somebody, let me know instead of talking about it on a stream with somebody who's not on the SMP. I don't know how that's so hard to understand.
Server.
Yeah,
But
so
it's
this
not my server, you know.
one- Where'd you go?
I'm right here, looking at signs.
Oh, here you go. You get this too.
Books.
Not really. That is true. I have a speed boost in the water, kind of.
Half of. Yep.
Bad.
I think I can skip forward a little bit.
I'll check DMs when I'm not scared for my life. Keeping track now is. I'm gonna be honest with you.
What? Oh, wait,
It's my opinion.
wait, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Does the server you're in have a Twitter?
Yes.
Oh, gross. Okay. Good to know.
Every server has a Twitter. Every smaller server. I don't know what. Whatever.
Yes. Because servers with Twitters usually just end up dying. If you don't, do you know the rise of
Literally every server ends up. Understand the Twitter thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he comprehends that every server eventually dies, so that's not a good point. The Dream SMP, some could argue, is dying because they don't play on it as much. It doesn't eke in the same viewership. If you want to go that far, sure, it doesn't have a Twitter, but that's because it's a goddamn Dream SMP. It doesn't need one. Fucking, I don't understand that, bro.
What?
the Rise SMP.
No.
No, I'd understand if he was confused as why it has a YouTube channel, because that's not as common. That was an idea of multiple server members, and they said it was a cool idea. I said, yeah, sure, we'll give it a shot. We can upload stuff and all that. So I wouldn't vote them anyway because Rice is the owner. That's her Flowers is on. Yeah, no, I'm not that upset. The only thing that kind of upsets me is Flower talked about us on a stream and has never DM'd me about most of it. The fact that they have issues with people, I don't care. Everyone has issues with people on the server. That's why a certain person's gone. Everyone has issues with other people on the server. I don't care about that. I don't care really mostly about what they said. There's one thing that irks me because it's false. But they may not have had all the information. Me, you, and Lucia. They may not have had all the information to say it accurately. But we'll get to that in a bit.
It was the biggest
Other than that, I get it.
for a
Just
long
talk to
time.
me instead of some dude who's not even on the S&P has
Like,
never heard
when
of it.
The owner came out as like a really bad person,
Oh, yikes.
and like it was like really they just hit 1,000, and then basically they ended their career.
A lot of S&Ps die because the owner's a bad person because those S&Ps typically have the same crew as the last S&P it happened to. And then it's just one of the ones that own it are bad people. It's usually the same crew, let's be honest here.
Damn. Alright, while you're on your way here, actually, I'll send.
I'm quick.
Yeah, I kept pushing it. Yeah, I understand that.
Ow. Okay.
Seems like he just wanted to
I'm
rag
weak,
on
I'm
something.
strong,
I'll be
folks.
honest.
I am weak.
And I get that,
Fragile
yeah.
Flower,
It's
please.
not. I'm not actually like
I'm
mad
not
at
younger, so
Flower.
he's
I just wish they would
punching
talk to me
us.
instead about issues instead of do it publicly on a live stream.
Am I gonna win?
That's all.
I'm gonna put A, D.
Okay, but no one. Why? They named it after them. Anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Next
I'm gonna
part here.
put stuff away.
Anyways, what's the Twitter called? I want to check.
This. I can't slander the Joe SMP.
Okay, but no one. Why do you name? You don't name SMPs after yourself.
Here's the thing on the JO3 SMP name. When it was named, it was meant to be funny because it's like, oh, he's like the dream of the server because that was the big bad man in charge. That was meant to be the whole joke at the beginning. As for why it wasn't called something else, like in a more legit thing besides that, you know, honestly, we went through the process of trying to name it. Me, Justin, Jesus, and Harpo kind of coming up with names. I'll be honest, I couldn't find one that wasn't already used. Basically. Downward direction for this server, yeah, I think. That's also kind of true when the JL3 SMP started. I knew we were doing lower, kind to a certain extent. As for Season 2, the reason it didn't get renamed is it just never came up, really. And I didn't really know the direction the server was going to take. Whether it was going to be more of a survival server, whether people were going to be more interested in that aspect or the lore aspect, I didn't know for sure. So I didn't really want to brand it. And it went down the lore direction. So, I mean, yeah. We could rename it if people really wanted it to, but I feel like it's a bit late at this point. It would be a bit weird. But if the SMP members wanted to, you know, if they came to me and said, hey, maybe we should rename it, sure. Just give me an idea, because I'm not good at naming things. If you, that's the one thing I'll say. If you want to rename it, at least have an idea. I have some ideas, or we can all hop in a VC one day, everyone who's available, and think of some names. That would be good. I don't care, dude. I don't care.
Oh.
That's all I'll say.
Oh, it's a modded SMP.
It is. We're in Origins SMP.
It's true.
Oh, it's the Flower Ball. That's what it is.
Yes, that is happening
Yeah.
on Monday.
He asked a question. Who should I invite to the Flower SMP? It has no comments.
Bless him. He's doing his.
Oh boy, big bad 1,000 followers Rice Fry. Oh no, roasting the JO3 SMP. You're never getting on the SMP. I've decided that now.
Best. He's doing his
No, that's
best.
normal.
Fuck you.
How big is the crater?
He only has like 300
415 followers on Twitch, 142 on YouTube.
followers, I think, is what he's at on Twitch.
I only know that because I just fucking looked on both before stream.
Oh, he's part of a he's part of a Twitter group. What the heck?
Is he?
I'm part of a esports org, not a Twitter group. I'm a content creator for an esports org.
Yeah, he's part of the.
I'm gonna be
Reacting
honest.
and
I don't know anything about what he does.
Did you
'cause-
get into it without
Fair.
realizing?
No, I got in. Okay, so what happened? How I got onto it? I was part of this other SMP a
True.
long time ago, literally the start.
Ender
of my
Falls, yeah.
channel. I got into this Bedrock SMP.
Yep.
This is when I was streaming on my fucking Xbox.
So far, this is true.
and
This is true.
I got onto this SMP and he was in it, and
True.
then that SMP died because of the update, and like
Kinda. It was already kinda dying, but the update definitely was the final nail in the coffin for Ender Falls. Because it was already people were way less active beforehand. But I think it definitely didn't help that they came out and said like 3 months before the update dropped that they were resetting. So you're not wrong. If they didn't have to force the update, honestly, they could have updated without resetting. I feel like, since the new cave generation was what they were concerned about, and it wasn't even in the update. But I feel like they just didn't want to go thousands of blocks to find new stuff. Took like 8 years for it to come out anyway. Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like we could have kept going on it, but it was sort of dying, sort of. I think either way, some people were just done playing on it, so it is what it is.
couldn't update it because it was a really big one. So I was like, hey, I got a
They're scared for the world generation. That's why they reset it.
computer
Not because it was a big update, but fair enough. Similar. It's pretty much the same thing.
now. Can I be on your server? And then he said yes. So
That's
that's how that happened.
yeah, that sums it up.
I just really needed something to get my stream back to doing stuff, you know?
Fair enough.
Also, I wanted to do lore.
Fair enough.
Lot of frogs
That is
sitting on
true.
my radio. That is,
that was the
sounds
reason
like
for
a
wanting to
song
join.
title. I
Can
would love to
confirm.
hear that song.
That is why they wanted to join.
Okay, Wild. I'm gonna send you that list now. Let me look at the SMP members.
Can I have this list? I'm curious.
Send it to
I
me,
suppose I should ask them.
You know if you want.
But I'm curious on who they have issues with. I wish they would talk to me. That would help. Once again, but
Oh my
I'm
God,
curious.
You're a boomer.
I mean, are they gone?
Oh yeah.
I don't even know their name anymore.
So what happened was somebody said they had issue with this person. I said, what issue? They described said issue. I said, well, they have technically broken a rule before because they just kind of barged into a VC. Don't you know who was kicked? Probably for the best. So somebody had an issue with them a bit ago, and then they barged into a VC, probably because they didn't pay attention to self-promotion and realized Flower is live. So Flower and Bread had to go to a private VC, technically against the server rules that aren't super heavily enforced, because it's really just the same 5 people on the SMP, and we know to not join VCs if we're not part of the lore, because people check self-promotion. So that now, yeah. That wasn't though. If it was just like that, and a lot of people had issues with them over time, to the point I was like, it's gonna save me a headache later to probably just get rid of them now. Do I have an issue with them? No. They only joined the server because of that server that tried to ID verify people that said they were over 18. Which is probably not illegal per se, but definitely very weird and scummy. That's why I did only play it on the server once. They are from that server. They're not the owner of that server. That wasn't their decision. But that was sort of a crossover thing for the charity stream back in July. That was why they were even on the SB to begin with. So.
What is that?
But they're
name?
gone now.
Okay, basically Wild. I'll just say everyone on the SMP that's under 16.
So Lewis, Fix My Face. Don't know how you have an issue with Fix My Face. Let's see. Lewis, Fix My Face. Let me go look at the SMP. Just make sure I don't miss anyone. Lewis, Fix My Face. Zank, their own brother apparently. A loner and their friend. And that's it. That's who you have an issue with. Because that's the only people that are under 16. The that I'm aware of. I mean, Breadman, I don't know Breadman. I assumed he was the same age as Flower, but that's, I mean, he's cool. So I don't think you'd have an issue with him. Let's go through. Jesus is 18. Alley Cat is bio there, 18 or 19? I don't know if they're 19 yet. There's Flower. Harpo's 18. Koro, I believe, is 19. 18 or 19 as well. Wild's 19. Justin's 18. Roy, I think, is 17. I don't think he's turned 18 yet. Yeah, you're not under 16. I thought so. And then Trix is 16. So that's the only people they could have issues with. Essentially. Yeah.
Are you saying that I'm a child because I'm 15?
Not you. You're not on the server.
I'm gonna be on it soon because I know they won't say no to someone with 1,000 followers. I have a
No.
feeling.
That's probably true. But most of the people on the server.
The only one I can think of, besides the one that got kicked, is Lewis. And that one's kind of understandable, let's be honest. A lot of people have issues with Lewis. But he doesn't even get on the server anymore, so I could honestly probably just go ahead and get him out if I wanted.
Really childish. Like,
really childish. Ew.
what was their name?
The only two I can think of
Brady.
is the person who kicked and Lewis that they would actually have issues with.
The
I don't think they've interacted with Fix
Yeah.
My Face.
You don't know ages? Okay. Fuck, that is not good for me.
That's the only two I could think of.
Oh, wait, I know they've talked in chat recently.
Discord server.
I can't, it's not mine!
No, the Discord server.
I added that rule last night to be cheeky with the smile, by the way. To kind of point out I've seen this about not inviting people to the server or the Discord.
Yeah, that's not mine either.
I know, but like, what if you did it though?
I would get in trouble.
You would be banned.
Because, I don't know, I've just witnessed people get in trouble for things that they didn't do before.
Okay,
But this is something I'm actually doing, yeah.
Oh wait, am I supposed to?
So if you're referring to this, are you referring to Lewis and Nushin? Because they actually did what they got in trouble for. That's the only ones I can think of. And that was like fucking 6 months ago. That's the only thing I can think of. If you're referring to the server specifically.
This whole time.
I don't know.
There's like blue padding on the bottom. I thought I was supposed to keep it, but I just realized how easily it removes and makes. Oh, I think I am supposed to remove it. Oh my god, I'm stupid.
Most important person on the server, and it's person also has main character energy, and it pissed me off the first day that they were on.
Who?
Oh, I think I am supposed to remove it. Oh my god, I'm stupid.
That person also has main character energy. And it pissed
Oh, the
me
person
off
kicked.
The first day that they were on.
Probably. Person kicked
that
or Lewis or Nushin. Probably person kicked.
Man.
It means that they think that they're the
You
most
look so
important
confused.
person
A little
on
bit.
the server, and it's really fucking annoying.
That's my phone.
Okay, now
I
my
didn't-
mouse is like way
Okay.
faster, and I feel like I should have
Honestly,
this
I'm
one.
not not afraid if they watch this. This person, they probably won't because they have main character energy. This person joined the server. They were on a past server that Joe was on, and they wanted to be the fox, and then they were all like pissy about it.
Oh,
because I was
Trix?
the fox already, and they didn't want people to be like I understand you don't want people to like have.
Okay,
the same
okay,
origins,
listen.
you said.
Flower doesn't have the background I do on this, so I understand why they think they were being pissy. Here's the thing. Actually, they'll probably address it. Let me let it play for a bit longer.
But I guess their whole brand is being a fox.
It's in their
Which is
name.
weird, but
to be
whatever,
fair.
I guess, I don't know. But they like, I don't even know where I'm going with this anymore. Brain's moving too fast.
Here, I'm gonna add you to my auto host. There you go, I add you to my auto host.
Here's the thing about Mr. Rice Fry. Auto host doesn't work anymore. At least for me. It doesn't actually auto host anyone when they're live anymore. I have to go in and manually host everyone I want to host. So, yeah.
List.
Oh,
I don't know if
okay.
that's a common issue
I
or
was
not, but it is for me.
invited to a team, but I don't know what a team is.
Bundy. What about no? We're not talking about Bundy.
We're
But
talking about Bundy.
she was really like she was kind of mean about it.
No, she
Not,
wasn't.
like mean, but like annoying about it.
Not really.
Because
I mean, unless something happened while I wasn't on, or in DMs, they really just said, "Oh, I wanted to be a fox," and Flower said, well, maybe I got it first. I've been here longer. Maybe you can try something else. That was the whole conversation that I saw.
Just because I was the Fox Origin, because I was on before them, like, uh, I mean, be something different for a change. If you're on if your whole brand is being a Fox, and then you get onto a new Origin server, not even.
Okay, so they wanted to be the Fox so bad because they didn't get to be the Fox on Olympus. Olympus doesn't have the what is it? Is it extra or mob origins? It's extra origins, right? That's the Fox. They didn't have extra origins because it wasn't compatible with some of their mods. They had to remove it, so that's why they wanted to be the Fox so bad because they didn't get to do it on Olympus. Olympus, I believe they're a Piglin origin. So that's why mob origins, not extra origins. Wait, they have extra origins. So that's why they wanted to be it so bad. I know Flower couldn't possibly have that context, so I don't blame them on that. But that's why they were a bit upset. Because they didn't get to be the Fox in Olympus. Now they don't get to be the Fox on the JO3 SMP.
In your first one,
That's
you should
why.
try something new.
That's why.
Wait, was that their brand?
Quote
Yes.
unquote, yes, I guess so.
Oh, that's a little.
Part of their brand is they are like a fox. They love foxes, and they are the Fox, or they want to be the Fox origin.
Little sense, but not much, to be honest.
It would make sense if they were on first, and I was like, give me this. I don't care that it's your brand.
That is true. That is true.
But, like, I picked it first, you know?
Okay, you picked it 20 minutes before they were on and were able to pick it.
Okay, well, yeah, that's just wacky.
And there was a bunch of others to choose from. Like, we don't have that many people that are on the server, so, you know.
From Flower's perspective, that makes sense what they said. It's just they don't have the backup knowledge that Trix didn't get to be Fox on Olympus and now the JO3 SMP. So I understand why they're upset.
Plus, you can ask for a custom one, like if you find one.
That is
online.
true. Although custom origins are a bit tricky, some of them break the server, as we have learned, in certain ways. So they're a bit tricky, but that is true. We do have a couple customs that we still have.
We have added some of those before, you know.
Uh-huh. Oh, I got a new Twitch achievement. Mr. Roboto, add 5 channels to my auto host. I feel like a lot of people got that before me, and I feel
Because I'm afraid of all of them.
What?
Oh lol, yes. I would
Someone
never
make the
slander
player-
anyone
yeah.
on the Dream SMP because I'm afraid of all of them.
I think it's Michael McChill.
Oh my god, you know what? You're probably right because he didn't even come to mind.
I know, yeah. I was like, if you don't even think about him, he's probably not.
I don't know. I don't think Twitch.
No.
Oh,
I don't think things go on for a while. There's one other thing I wanted to talk about for sure that I don't want to
And
miss.
Oh,
I don't think they really talk about things while
Yes.
Wild doesn't chat. That's why I'm just kind of looking for Wild Ace's name in,
never played
in the
that
chat.
game. There.
And that's really all
But
that
hey.
it's talked about.
To each their own. Founded one stream on, or what's that, Carl? I don't remember. I watched your
Dream
Yeah, I said-
SMP, Dream SMP.
stuff from awesome stuff. And
There
I'll
we go.
ahead-
Perfect.
Art tab.
So yeah, go for it.
Not the most recent person that joined, but also them.
Nope. Did I miss this?
I was C.
Was I not paying attention?
Okay. You're not stupid.
I know where you are. I know where you are.
Harbinger of Death says you're not stupid.
Wait, brother. How is brother there?
They followed me for a long
I
time.
mean,
Not a
He's
long
my-
time. Since you raided me that one day.
Yeah, no, he's my brother.
Stuff from awesome stuff, and I'll go ahead.
oh, okay.
Art
I know what
tab.
they're looking at.
Not the most recent person that joined,
It's
but
the most
also
recent
them.
person.
Hold on.
He's my brother.
I don't even know.
What about them?
Like the
What
SMP,
about
but I
them?
can say this about it. For it to grow and get bigger needs a name change. 100% agree, yes. I also
Like I said, we can get together and come up with some cool names that haven't already been used in the SMP space, which is kind of difficult. If you're really, you could tell me that before we get 8 months into the SMP existing. I know it does. I just haven't had anyone come to me with a good idea that hasn't been used.
I
think
agree.
we need a group of people.
It was gonna be. At first, it was gonna be the Omega SMP as a callback to something else I've done on the internet, but then that already existed because it's a pretty common name. Then I said, well, let's see. I could throw a nod to Ender Falls, but there's nothing cool as cool as Ender Falls. Was just writing ideas down. Fair enough. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm aware. The joke of it being named just like the Dream SMP ended a while ago. But, it's fine.
We all mesh. Where did I go? Mesh with not just people to get on the SMP. That's just my opinion. I really like lore, so that's why I like Joe's SMP. Plus, he lets me. Where to go? Plus, he lets me do what I want
Fucking mail.
lore-wise,
Stop
and I
blocking
hope
the chat.
I've been taking the story in a good direction. You have. Without you, this SMP would go into the ground. I really think.
I don't know if I'd go that far. Why didn't I
agree.
pause? Pause, bitch. I don't know if I'd go that far. Wild, you've done a great job helping flesh stuff out. It was Wild's idea to bring, like, sort of... They already mentioned in this stream. It's already public knowledge now. To pretty much combine Season 1 and Ender Falls with new stuff as well. It's like they all just sort of slap together into one server. That was Wild's idea. I had ideas generally for me to do something where Ender Falls and Season 1 JO3, like, traits of them would be part of me, like, my character in Season 2. But why it was Wild who had the bigger idea of, oh, hey, let's make this unique as hell, although there's some people that have done similar stuff, but not as cool, damn it. We're the first to do it with 3 SMPs, one I didn't even own. I think I'll definitely give props to Wild on that idea. We've been tossing ideas back and forth. Yeah, not as cool. I would say it's definitely been a lot better Season 2 wise. For SMPs, yeah. I'll let it keep going for a bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Lore-wise, anyways, because the lore before, it was really, really basic and, like, repetitive. No offense. I mean, you do what you can.
So here's the thing. With Season 1 lore, I'll admit, scripting out that much space of, like, major events, terrible idea. That's why we didn't do it again. Admittedly. I wouldn't say it was repetitive. And if we want to say it's repetitive, you can blame the people who had ideas on the SMP, because most of what happened after my death was completely other people's ideas that I just took and we incorporated to make sense. So up to my death, there were still a lot of things that were other people's ideas. The idea of me being leader and all that came in December of 2020 when I planned to start an SMP, and then it had to be, like, changed a lot, multiple times. I know they bring it up later, but I'll address it now. The script did have to change 3 or 4 times. So that was because people would either join or leave that had pretty major roles. My hand was kind of forced there, but I do get the complaint on that. That is why we do not script things very far ahead. We don't really script things. The first script ever wasn't even written by me for this. So, leadership, so I stand off that point. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I get that. This every SMP has a leadership sort of thing. That's true. I get that. I think we did a bit better after that. It just never really got to be, like, built up with Harpo's sort of thing he had going on. You could argue my character was similar to people like Ranboo who have memory issues. Mine was through death, and I didn't have necessarily memory issues. I just forgot everything past a certain point. And that was a way, because if I didn't do that, it was physically impossible for my character to change at that point. Because I was so far down the rabbit hole of a big antagonist. That was the main reason that happened. And I wanted other people to be able to take that antagonist role. And I know at that point I already knew Flower wanted to. So that is why I did that.
Not everyone's born with a writing gift.
Okay, listen. Everyone's schedule was so messed up, which sucks, because it would have been nice to go through the original plan in Season 1. Yeah. I would also say that people got busy and did other things. And that is why Season 1 sort of died. And scheduling things was fucking painful. That's what I'll say. As for not having writing talent, I've never claimed to be a good writer, but I will say that's still gonna take that as a bit of an insult. No. I would say, yeah, up to the Season 1 finale of the story, I'll admit, not my best shit. However, it had to be changed 5 fucking times. I was ready to fucking just end the S&P. This new store blows everything out of the water. I can agree, yeah. No, what we're doing now, way more interesting. Oh, yeah. Don't get me wrong, it is. I think it's been dragged in a few directions, and changed a couple times, like less on a less major scale, but it's good because they're super invested, excited for it. Yeah, for sure. There's somebody in my room chat. I just had to play it off. No, yeah, I think what helps is people are invested, and I'll admit scripting things kills some investment for people, and I get that. Um, Even though it was a lot of their ideas, it's just everyone had a different direction for the story and what they wanted to do, which is, I think, as long as we're able to avoid that on this one, on season 2, we'll be all right. I do already see it. It has cracked up a little bit because I had the whole prosperity thing going. Then we kind of scratched that. I'm kind of happy we did because we don't have a big enough cast to have a sort of faction like that. So I'm kind of happy we scrapped the whole prosperity settlement thing. It would have been nice to flesh out, but I think what we're doing now is a bit more interesting. And that was before the whole combining the 3 S&Ps sort of thing. So I'll admit that it's a bit more interesting now. But I definitely think Flower's direction is at least a bit different than the way I saw things going. But we've never had a script. The first script ever was now. Pretty much today is the first time something's been scripted. Oh, I got a DM. Oh, okay. I'll respond to this real quick. Oh, gotta respond real quick. Hold on. All right. I'm assuming they're watching. But just in case. Gotta respond, boys. We gotta make sure. There's no actual beef here. I will say that. That's kind of what I'm responding. So, there's no actual beef with Flower. This Rice guy, I don't really care for. I'll be honest. But with Flower, there's no actual beef. We're still going through with the ball tomorrow. The on the S&P. Everything's fine there. Where was I? Oh yeah, nothing's really been scripted until the first sort of scripted thing is tomorrow. There's a bit of a script, not even written by me. I've taken a back foot on this event, to be honest. I have general mental like bullet points of what they've told me, and that's about it. And the script they just put out, I have not written anything for it. I've written down a ton of ideas I just have that popped in my head. Not for this ball specifically, just in general, just ideas. That's the closest I've gotten to like writing anything down. They're just a bunch of bullet points. So we'll keep going though. No bad beef with Flower. I just wanted to.
I don't have a list.
I wanted to provide some context with some stuff. That's all.
Play Fortnite.
I was a little upset last night watching it
Listen, I
live.
play Fortnite too,
That's why I didn't
okay?
respond to it
I
last
don't
night
play
at 6 in the
Fortnite.
morning.
Oh, well, I do. I will never stream that game though. And the person you were talking about the Fox brand for like 10 minutes. Now they're a small streamer. You're not gonna find them.
Okay, let's be honest. I know nothing. That's fair. They are a small streamer.
That sounded meaner than I meant for it to be.
Many of the people on the S&P.
They're just
most people would argue we're all small streamers, to be fair. Which is for the most part true. The biggest one's obviously Wild by far. But most people, if they saw us, would say, yeah, it's a bunch of small streamers. That doesn't... But I see where you're going. I see, yeah. I get it. I get it.
Fucking mean. Can't believe
I
it.
get it.
I'm not this mean, guys. I don't know.
So you've been cancelled by Rice.
I'm for sure the small
God.
streamer.
Why is chat
Maybe.
paused to scroll?
We have a couple
Wait,
people who are still grinding for affiliate, so, but I mean that's not a problem. I'll say this too before anyone says, oh, so this, so this and that. Yeah, no, clout doesn't matter. I mean, I've accepted people who had 10 followers into the SMP or less. I don't really care. I think your content's good, or if you want to start and I know you're a decent, you're a mature person, I don't care. I'll let you on. There's a few people who don't even make content that I let on because I know they're decent people or mature people. Some of them a bit less mature than others, and also British. But you know, for the most part, yeah.
Oh yeah, Aces
Right,
is a
spread the
streamer.
list. The list is this: Wild, Wild, Aces, Aces, Wild, We Aces, Wild Aces, Mild
Wild
Aces. That is
Wild
all.
Aces back. There you go.
Yeah. He,
Aces, I
Yeah,
can't believe you don't auto-host Flower Princess.
oh my gosh, I know. I've never even been rated once by Wild Aces. We gotta talk about that one, Wild. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He's got a different audience.
I was joking.
Come on, bro. I taught you better. You need duct tape? Oh. They're suggesting you hog tie me. With
I actually
duct
did
tape.
get 18 calls to stream. What the
You
fuck?
don't want from the
that's
other day.
really
November
everything.
2nd.
November 2nd.
He apologized like really profusely. He said he was busy working the whole day.
Whole story, you know. So I guess it's not really my place. Especially the game I play, the kids.
Anus,
Bad business
Oh my
kids
God,
are
so
pretty
true.
toxic
get drugged.
sometimes.
Sorry, when Rice gets tired, he acts like this.
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Drug.
Okay, if they're from Quackity, then handle.
All right, I think we can skip forward a little bit. They talk about Carl and Quackity
So-
for
Can
a
help you
bit.
for...
I
No,
know
I'm
that.
not paying you.
That part's about Wild not being able to stream
No
the
one-
event, which is fine.
Regardless, you would join, right? For a
Dream
sec.
SMP stuff. I think that's
I
mostly
don't want to be done
everything.
with
There's a little
more of
bit.
those. The thing.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah,
Got to the next part.
we're doing.
Right here.
If Joe's SMP ends or dies again, probably gonna be done with lore unless I get invited into something that I know will be stable enough to last. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, I can.
Got food. That's what I reached over for. I got a single order of fries. A single order of McDonald's fries. That's my dinner.
I can
No.
agree with that. Honestly, I don't want to be done with lore though. Is the thing. It's really fun.
You're in my SMP. What the fuck?
What
Single order.
You're in my SMP. There's lore coming. Just write
is
it.
there? Is there? You want me to write it?
Well, no, we have a lore talk, and we have like 4 right. I let everyone write their own lore. I don't want anyone
Oh.
to contest
That's smart.
person.
Kind of.
See, that's the way it should be.
See, you have to find the balance of making shit make sense and everyone being able to do whatever the fuck they want. I think that's where most of the criticism could come from, because we fucked up and failed, and somehow, scripting a bit too much in season 1. Season 2, we've done great so far. Wild's done great, Flower's done great. We've made it make sense. We have a general direction that we all talked about and came to an agreement on, while still allowing a lot of breathing room.
Is that not how it is on yours?
No. Well, that's how it's getting.
That's how it is now. It wasn't like that before. I just said that. Wasn't very good at it. I mean, most of the ideas were still from people in the server, but we scripted things out more than we do now.
The way it used to be is 2 people were the writers and didn't really give anyone a choice. They were just like, "This is happening."
That's false. That's at the beginning. It was more of a Phil Rolls thing. I will say that. But in terms of, oh hey, yeah, you're doing this, no option. That's just not true.
Have fun.
So fucking lame. That's why I have a lore talk thing, and so other people talk there.
Yeah, but now Wild, thanks to him, he's now like the main writer, and he always makes sure that like everyone is happy with their character. And
Okay. Wild's done a fantastic job. I'll say that again. I wouldn't call him the main writer. I'd say it's more collaborative, as Wild said earlier. Wild and I DM a decent amount, a bit less than we did a couple weeks back. That's because we both have lives. But we do DM a lot, and whenever there's like stuff coming up, whenever we need to plan up, we only plan a week or two usually. Usually we go from semi big event, so the dragon fight, to my sort of beam sort of thing with the dragon egg and all that, to the ball. We've had sort of planned up to each event, and then right before that event, like a few days before, we plan up to the next event. That is how we plan. We don't want to get too far into planning things ahead. We have ideas for like down the line, but they could just not happen. That's how it goes. I would say Wild probably is the most DMs Flower more than I do. Probably that's probably why they say this, and I understand that. Wild's the one usually to start the DMs, and I will give him credit for that. He's the one who's able to get people talking and get ideas from people, and I'll give him all that credit.
and like stuff like that. You're trying, I know, and you're doing a great job. Actually, that's one of the biggest problems that Bread had with the server and why he didn't want to join again. We were actually going to not join the server again because there was a lot of problems with it, but then I wanted clout, you know?
I can respect that, honestly. It gets about more views than most of the stuff I do, so I can understand that. Most of the other stuff I do. So I get that. I don't know what their issues were in particular. You know, if you talk, I know a lot of people get anxiety when it comes to talking to somebody they see as somebody in sort of any power. I don't have any. I own the server, but I'm not above anyone else on the server. I'm not above criticism, and that's why I agree with a lot of things they've said. Some of them I've just had to provide context from my sort of point of view, which is different. But for the most part, if you had issues, I wish you'd talk to me. I assume it's about how things were scripted a bit, but most of the stuff, post my death especially, was like 99% other people's ideas. I barely scripted things, really. I tried to leave a lot more space for bullet points. It's just, I did what we do now, except planned out the entire arc. Like major events, with everything in between being pretty open. Probably not the best idea still, admittedly, but there was a lot of room for stuff. So I don't get that fully, but
So I joined again, and also I wanted to do lore, and I'm glad I joined because it's really fun so far. I wish that people were on for stuff other than lore though, because I like to play Minecraft just for fun, but I don't
get
to
that.
do that.
I get that because most people do only get on for lore. I try to hop on for a little bit every day, but usually I'm just doing my own thing. So I get that. Not a lot of people go on for anything besides lore. Which I think comes down to two things. People have lives for one. Two, a lot of people are part of a second server that is survival. So they use it for survival. Or they'll play single player.
On that server.
I think that's the thing.
On the Rises or the Evolution SMP.
Yeah, today was so much fun when I streamed earlier because I just got to
I get
just
this.
got to like
I get that point.
play Minecraft.
For sure.
Still Minecraft.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to speed up a little bit here. I'm going a bit slow. I think for the most part there isn't too
exactly
much
now?
here.
I'm not ready to cut it.
Something about that. Something about Wild joined his second SMP to tape just for fun.
You'll get
Is this
it
canon? Yeah. No.
before you'll get
Definitely.
it before Twitter.
Hell yeah.
You're cheap.
I don't really care about Rice Fries lore.
Yes, there's kind of multiple good going.
Oh, here we go.
Maybe like watch Technoblade's completely different from like someone else.
Yeah. That's one thing that isn't doing too great on the Joe SMP is yes, there's kind of multiple stuff going on, but not really, you know. Right now everything's kind of like pinpointed on Monday.
Here's the thing. I would say there's enough going on to where if you watch my point of view compared to Flowers, two completely different experiences for the most part. However, I will agree in some aspects that there is a sort of main overarching narrative right now of Fred, yep, try to combine Flower, Bread, and Wild taking control. That's kind of the big thing. They don't trust JL3, the character. They think he still remembers things from season 1. Since I already talked about this, this is pretty much all public knowledge now. Wild's actually Enderfall's Wild right now because the two are much together. Well, Flower already said this, so I'll reiterate it. Doesn't matter now. We never explained it yet, but it's fine. I don't really care. It's kind of obvious for anyone who knows both versions exist that Wild was season 1 Wild. Then my whole beam thing happened. And the reason I assume he's dead because he died in the vision. So now it's Enderfall's Wild. How does that work? Haven't explained it yet, so I won't go into it any more than that. So the three are assuming control. Wild's going to the other two to go forward with their plan from before, that everyone sees them as lesser on this SMP, sort of like they were thought of as on season 1. So they're going through with assuming control, and that's sort of the overarching narrative right now, that they don't trust me. I think Wild's dead, and they're trying to assume control. That's the big key things right now. Big overarching story is their rise to power. It's a big thing, but I think there's enough going on in the body of that I would say it's pretty interesting. For the cast we have, if we had a bigger cast, if we had a bigger cast of players, which goes back to the point that they want a group of people that we can mesh with. Yeah, I agree with that. But it's also good to have people, and we did not have a lot of people. A lot of the season 1 cast did not return because they are either in college or have lives, or just weren't interested. So that is why, like, Jesus just came back. He's not even doing lore right now. So the anger tomorrow, much more authentic, all part of the plan, obviously. Yeah, that's sort of the,
Which I'm not complaining
that.
about because Monday is gonna be good.
tomorrow will
Are
be
there
pretty
like
good.
new members joining or something? Like, are they gonna be joining that for that?
Probably actually. I
They
think
that'd be a
might.
good way to
I'm not
introduce
100% on
I
that.
think a few people are going to be not really for what this is, but in general, I think events are good ways to introduce
I agree.
people.
I mean, yeah.
That's one thing I would say we need to get better at, is introducing people in a way besides, oh, hey guys, I'm on the JO3 SMP now. Because that's how everybody except Wild has been introduced. Because they start off not in lore for like their first stream usually, then they get into the lore. So that would probably be something cool to do with a future character
Unless you want to do like a
that we haven't really
small
done.
thing.
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh, I kind of want to. Okay, the lore is so good for the server. I mean, that's why after Monday you're gonna try to start doing side things. Chat, you're gonna get some inside scoops right now. I wanna bring back Glimbo.
oh, Glimbo, yeah,
You don't. Along
the one-off joke turned canon.
time ago.
I forgot
first
about Glimbo.
season,
Right, forgot they brought that up.
There was this fish that Wild Aces gave me. That's name was Glimbo.
Glimbo was the anime.
And
Glimbo is the Jar Jar of the JO3 SMP universe. He's the actual villain. He is the actual Sith Lord. Glimbo was behind it all.
an evil villain that I had to like within like 10 days.
You just don't know it yet.
I had to like build a.
Glimbo is
giant
actually
turret that
the
was, like,
god of the
specific
JO3
size.
SMP, and Joexy is just
And
his
basically
bitch.
what our server is now is like, it's like that season of the SMP and an old and the one that I was talking about.
Here we go,
earlier,
yeah.
Like the time.
Enderfalls, yeah.
Like the dimensions collided or whatever and made this new place.
Technically that. Honestly, yep, honestly. Technically we never decided on how to explain that. But, that's pretty much it. I mean, I guess it's canon now. Obviously, it's the canon stream. Obviously, it's all in lore. No. But yeah, Enderfall. If you want the true reason why Season 2 story exists for the way it is, it's to give Enderfalls an ending and Season 1 an ending while also doing a cool thing.
It's
Pretty much.
cool. Limbo was such a joke and it's actually canon, yeah.
True. Dumbo's canon.
That's what happens. That's what happens on SMP.
Not him being the
Have
Jar
fun.
Jar of the
See, that was
JO3
the kind of
universe.
stuff that made
JO3
the other
SMP
SMP,
universe,
the,
but-
the other one fun because we did more stuff like that, you know, until the end when it just died.
I mean,
Man, I swear I was the only one. And again, I would like to credit myself. I'm almost the only one that is giving this SMP life because I'm the only one who's on consistently.
you're not wrong. I'm on almost every day. It's just when no one else is on. So either really late or kind of early to be on the SMP. But I will say, we have a much smaller crew for season 2. A lot of original people did not return. We have, what, 5 people? 6? 7? 7 people that have been introduced into the lore. And for the most part, it's me, Flower, Bread, and Wild that are the bigger builds. Then we have Zinc. Much better, but it's way better, not gonna lie. I would agree, yeah. I think we're getting close to the balance of enough people to tell a compelling story, while also not making scheduling the bigger events too difficult. That was the issue with season 1 is we tried to schedule something around like 15 plus people. It wasn't gonna work. I will say that. So because we have me, you, Flower, Bread as sort of the big 4. I would do lore if I was good at it. Hey, don't worry. Don't. Hey. Enderfall started out with not technically being lore. There was no acting. It was literally just us pretending. I guess technically acting, but pretty much just doing bullshit. That's how I got my start in Minecraft lore. Very important profession. No one is really good at it. It's just improvising. That is true.
All the time.
If you're if you're good at improv, that's all you really need to work on to do Minecraft lore. And that's something that just naturally can happen over time as you do more of it.
Okay. Yeah, I am.
Quack.
All right. I think we're.
I don't gotta have time to grind an
I'm gonna
SMP
join
to
another
join
SMP.
It, you know? You could,
Oh,
you
here
know,
we go.
Not every SMP has to be a grindy thing, Mr. Wild Aces.
It's true.
You could join one just for fun, you
Not
know?
a food.
Give yourself a break for once. Have something just chill to do.
Wow, my latest broadcast already has 100 views.
Damn!
Woo.
How? What I just typed.
How to do that.
Don't know. Turn
I
off your
wish
account.
I knew how that day when you rated me.
Well, for Stream Manager, you go. Hold on. Let me pull down Stream Manager. It's fine. Twitch doesn't care, right? You see this? You can click this, and you can click it off. That's how you do it. For OBS, I think it's similar, but for to Streamlabs, in Streamlabs, it's in the top right. It shows your viewers. If you have this thing where you say people are gonna ship us when we get content because we that's fine. Hey, me and the Unfunny Ink Boys. Half of our private chat is just being homosexual. It's fine. It's gone to the point where it happens on Twitter too. It's fine. For Streamlabs, it's in the top right. I don't know where it is on OBS. I will say that. No. I don't know, man.
Because that was stressful.
I know,
I
it
was
should
not
be
ready
done,
for that.
Me? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
later, and that was a lot. I was not expecting.
Muff.
Look at them! Oh, they're so cute.
Yep. Alright, I think I can actually
Would
skip forward a little bit.
Difference from 3 hours.
I think we got to the point where there's nothing more about the
Stream.
SMP. That's all I really.
It was November.
Oh, Twitch stuff. I guess I can mention this. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's awesome. That's true. That's sick. That's sick. Yep. Copyright
10th
strikes.
of
Yeah.
2020 was my first not posting because of copyright, and I don't know what song it was. See what
Not
Smokey
sure. Yep.
Yep,
3 strikes get
appreciate
yeeted.
giving it a higher number
More of a
than-
villain. Honestly, I think you'll be fine on that standpoint. Tomorrow.
Way easier.
Say that.
No,
What?
rest in peace.
Just catch him up to
Elon.
speed.
He went crazy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is
Joe,
where I'll.
the host, was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna catch you up to speed.
All
Joe
right.
was the host. He
True.
ran for president.
Leader of S&P, but same
He
thing.
won. He went
Yeah.
crazy.
Kinda.
Basically blew up the server.
Kinda.
Wouldn't help
I
anyone.
say certain things. Oh, okay. Like how you portray certain things. I get that. I get that a lot. I struggle with that when I was villain jail 3, honestly. So I just went crazy route of no music and just sounding crazy because I honestly didn't know how else that character could be portrayed.
With their problems, it was bad. And then everyone turned on him.
That's kinda
and
true.
Then the
That's
server
true.
reset.
Your friend's gonna die. All good, Lunar.
And now
They're just gonna go over. I guess it's fair that they didn't really talk about anything after that because they were gone. But after that, I came back. Memory's gone. Justin MT kind of became important again. If you believe, yep. I went to Jesus because this is the pre-record stream. Justin found Fort Lasand, which is also just funny. This is just a funny name. Then I went to Jesus. Then I went to the Harpo Man, I think. No, I went to Wild's old base, found it destroyed, went to the Harpo Man's base. He wasn't there, so I said I'd go back the next day. I went back the next day. The Harpo Man was there. He didn't believe that I was alive. He was a dickhead, as his character and personality was. And, you know, what it is on the S&P. On the S&P. No, it's partially a joke. He's a gym bro now, IRL. That's literally that. If you talk to Harpo_Gaming, Gaming, he is gym bro. Take with that what you will. Then we went to Jesus. He bullied Jesus because he's Harpo_Gaming or _ in game. Then he locked me in his vault. I got out of the vault thanks to Joe XD because that's not how it was gonna happen. By the way, fun fact. He was gonna let me out after talking with Justin, but his Streamlabs stopped working, and he just got off. So we went the other route of Joe XD, and that made Joe XD officially canon, because it kind of existed beforehand, but he kind of didn't. That was like his real official canonical appearance. He wrote to me in a book about trying to be Chaos Geo3 again, but I had no idea who that was and didn't. Then things kind of fell apart after that, because originally Flower was going to be the next antag, then it didn't really work. So then Jesus and Harpo were going to get into it, and it just kind of died out. We had plans, but we never got to them, because everyone just kind of wasn't able to appear too much. Then we had a, not fully improv kind of shit finale, where we took out the dragon and hopefully saved the world. I blew up my tower, and that was kind of the end of that.
He doesn't remember anything.
That stream was gonna go longer, but everyone just wanted to get it done with, and I fair enough.
So he says, but I don't even know if that's true or not. But me, Wild, and Fred all still remember, so that's why we don't trust him and still think he's the same person. Which I mean,
Are you really the bad guy then? Are you really the bad guy?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing.
Yes.
Mine and Bread's original ideas for our characters was also the villain. We were going to capitalize on food.
True.
And make it to where no one could get food without paying.
That's
us.
true.
Okay, that's kind of fucked up. But
Yeah.
That was gonna be the plan. They were gonna monopolize agriculture pretty much, and that was gonna be their big sort of power grab, I guess.
Yeah. So now
we
we
would agree with that.
So
yeah we ended up not being able to do that. So now Wild's character is so confusing to explain. Okay, so his character from the past season and the other SMP that has also collided with this one is they're mashed into one body.
true. Kind of.
One
Sort of.
One of them's evil and the other one's not. The evil one is in control of it right now.
I mean, is season 1 Wild evil or good? Not particularly. He's kind of neutral. He's leaning more towards good, but I get it. The other one is just a manipulative asshat. That was his Enderfall's character, so I get that one.
Now,
Get the evil part.
he's helping us get our recognition that we quote unquote deserve that the server never
Yep.
gave us before, you know?
That
Because
is
no one
how
took
things are.
me and Bread seriously canonically before because we were like farmers.
Yeah.
I mean, you are farmer. What do you expect? You
Right,
get, like,
right,
elected
right.
president. You are a fucking farmer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
So-
honest with you.
So now, Wild was like the strongest person on the server realistically, like actually out of lore.
Okay. It's true because he has his old armor, but before then, realistically, I was the only one of Netherite. But I get
Fuck,
it's
you woke up and
canonically,
I'm
yes.
Tell me don't wake up again.
Out
It
of
just makes me wanna wake
lore
up more often,
now,
despite any
probably.
gripe towards little kids
because
like
my
you
armor
call
isn't
me.
min maxed.
All right, Fryer. Just do it.
Wild, did I miss anything? Just like not
Got most of it. Yeah,
Relatives?
you're good.
Better.
origins.
I think that's everything. I think that's the only other thing I to cover, right? So you respond to it.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotta also DMs. Okay, I'm going to DMs.
Cool. Then the lore doc
hold
that
on,
I was
hold
still
on,
writing at the
hold on.
time. Cool.
Oh, guys, that'd be so
Alright.
sweet. This.
That would be everything. Yeah. So overall, I don't actually have any issues with flour. The rice, kind of rice fry, or whatever the fuck. I'm sure if we actually talked and I talked to him off stream, we should be able to chill, be able to come to an understanding on that. Obviously, how you act on stream and how you act off stream can be very different. Obviously, I don't actually, I don't care that much. I don't actually take much offense. It's hard to make me to actually take offense to something if I am being offended to something on social media, especially Twitter. It's probably to make fun of people who get offended really easily. I'm gonna be honest. So, there's that. I think that's really all I got to talk about. Overall, I just wanted to provide some context to some shit. No beef with flour, or really even rice fry. Never heard of him before this stream, I will say that, but his content seems pretty. He's a Minecraft streamer. He's got like 1.1k or 2 or something, 1.2 or something like that. I'm sure he's a cool streamer. Got no actual issues with him. As most of my internet beef goes on, as many would know if you watch the Unfunny Inc. podcast, where I talk about it for an hour and a half on Wild Ace's episode, because people just kept asking. Justin and Wild just kept asking about it. It was Wild's episode for 30 minutes, and it became the Joe XD, yep, JO3/Joe XD/Joe, talks about his history of internet beef, and actual beef. It happens. But that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for stopping by. Let's go ahead and let me go full screen. Boop. Then we'll find somebody. This is going to be jacked up, isn't it? No, yeah, it's still jacked up, right? That's fine. I'll fix it in a bit. Who's on to raid? I'm assuming Flower's no longer on. Yeah, no. Really, there's no one? Not on my following? Alright, shit. That's rare at almost 8. Alright, let me look for somebody in... Is anyone on R9 live? No. Anyone in this live? No. What the hell? Alright, whatever. You know what? Fine. Thank you guys for coming out. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow, and then it might be a little bit for streams. But tomorrow for the ball. It'll be fun. A lot of stuff will happen. Watch it. Yeah. Have a good night, JO3. Excited for tomorrow. Have a good night yourself, Wild, and good night to everyone else, or morning, or whatever fucking time zone. Only like 30% of my Twitch viewers are from the US, so I don't ever fucking know what to say anymore. But thank you guys for coming out. Tomorrow should be a lot of fun. It'll be a big event. Hopefully everyone in the SMP that can be there will be there. So a good amount of people. Some cool stuff will happen. And I'll catch you guys